Hi, I'm Dr. Rachel Horrocks-Birss, and today we're talking about literature reviews. In this third video, we'll discuss how to keep track of your research. The first thing to say is that academic reading is not like reading a novel or a news article. You don't have to start at the beginning and read every word until you get to the end, taking careful notes on every single point. Instead, you should start by reading small sections of an article to help you identify what will be most useful. If, at any point, you realize that the article isn't actually relevant to you, then you can just stop reading. If, on the other hand, you find a part that's particularly relevant to your topic, then you can read that section carefully, taking good notes. Essentially, you want to make good use of your time, moving past the information you don't need and carefully analyzing what's most relevant. To help you read academic articles, we suggest following this process. First, start with the title and the abstract. The title should give you a general sense of what the source is about, and the abstract is about a 200-word summary of the main ideas. Not every article will have an abstract, but most sources on the library website will. You should read this first, as it will help you figure out if the source is useful to you. If the abstract looks useful, the next thing is to scroll through the article and read the headings. This will give you another overview of the main points. As you go, you can also read the introduction and the conclusion, which explain what the article will discuss and what the results were. If you want to delve deeper, you can skim read sections of the article. It will be particularly helpful to focus on the first sentence of each paragraph, as this sentence will often contain a summary of the paragraph. If this topic sentence looks useful, then you can fully read the paragraph. Essentially, whenever you read academic articles, work through this process. Whenever an article looks relevant, keep reading deeper. But if an article seems less useful, feel free to move on to the next one. Of course, as you read, you should take notes in some form. Even if you decide not to use a source, it's helpful to keep a note of it, just so you know you've already looked at it. One important thing about notes is that they're for you, not anyone else. It doesn't matter if they're messy or don't make sense to anyone but you. As long as you can understand them, all is good. This means that you can choose whatever format works for you, whether that's digital or paper. Digital notes can often be easier to store and search, but there is also research that says that physically writing things down helps you to remember things. So choose the option that's right for you. There are many potential digital tools for note-taking. 3 Microsoft programs that can be helpful include Microsoft Word, Excel spreadsheets, and OneNote. Alternatively, if you'd rather use software designed to manage your references, you can also try programs like EndNote, Zotero, or Mendeley. It's also important to say that your note-taking style can change over time. You might start out by handwriting your notes and then move to Excel spreadsheets. Or you could try using reference management software and then decide you'd rather use Microsoft Word. There's no right or wrong here, so feel free to try different things. As you take notes, it's good to include a few key things. Firstly, we recommend you always include the full reference for every source you read. This will save you so much time later on when it comes to create your bibliography. It will mean you can easily find all your sources again whenever you need them. Secondly, it's generally helpful for your notes to include a brief summary of the article. Depending on how relevant the article is, you may also want to include key points. If you note down any particular facts or ideas, it's a good idea to write down the page number so you can easily find them again. Also, when you write down the information, you should try to paraphrase it, summarizing it in your own words, rather than just copying quotes. If you do want to save some direct quotes, make sure you carefully put them in quotation marks. Many students accidentally plagiarize by copying quotations into their notes, then putting them straight into their essays without paraphrasing. Whenever you copy a direct quote, make sure you keep a careful note that it's a quote, not your own words. Finally, it's helpful to include a note about how you think the source might be useful. You could say something like, I could use this in my introduction, or this is a very detailed article and I'll want to talk about it lots in my literature review. This helps you quickly skim through your notes and find the sources that are most helpful. In this video, we've looked at how to read academically and take good notes. In the next video, we'll discuss how to write your literature review.